Owning a generator to provide backup electrical power for your home during an outage is one thing, but getting that generator power into your electrical panel safely and legally is another. There are different hardware options to make this happen, and in this teaching and product video, I'll show you one of the simplest, most flexible, and most economical generator connection possibilities going, something called a manual transfer switch, or MTS for short. Besides being far cheaper than the alternative of a standby home generator, a portable generator connecting to one of these manual switches offers distinct advantages. The system is more economical and easier to install than a stationary automatic standby generator. You don't need to have the utility power to your home disconnected during installation, as with meter-based connection systems, and you can easily upgrade to a larger portable generator in the future if you need it. You can also use your portable generator in other locations when it's not supplying power during a blackout. And if your portable breaks down when you really need it, you can simply swap in another one until grid power returns. What is an MTS? It's not difficult to understand how manual transfer switches work. Even though the entire unit is called a switch, the actual switching mechanism is just one part of it. The switch itself is housed within a small metal panel box that includes circuit breakers that are typically part of the package. So don't be confused by the term manual transfer switch. It applies to the entire unit that gets installed in your home. Planning an MTS installation. The planning process for transfer switch installation begins by deciding which circuits you want powered by your generator during an outage and which ones you can do without. Essential circuits typically include lighting, wall outlets, a furnace or air conditioner, a water pump if you're on a well, and perhaps internet equipment, a sump pump, or a sewage pump. Many of these items don't have plug outlets, so they can't be connected to a generator using an extension cord. Sidestepping this problem is the biggest advantage of a manual transfer switch. It allows you to deliver power to essential hardwired items and outlets that can only get their power through the electrical panel. Now, it's important to understand that portable generators don't typically put out enough power to energize everything in most homes, so one way or the other, you'll need to choose which circuits to power. Installing a transfer switch just means you make this decision ahead of time, as circuits are rerouted into the manual transfer switch panel during installation. Why not just a simple outlet? It's dangerous and illegal to connect a generator directly to hardwired circuits in your electrical panel without the right kind of switch in place because of the hazard this poses to electrical workers. I often cover generator-related topics on video, and I sometimes hear from people who brag about saving time and money making a direct, switchless connection between generator and panel. Don't ever do this. Utility workers have died by electrocution from generator power that they didn't know was backfeeding through the power lines they were working on. This is why various transfer switch options were developed. Ignore this advice and it could lead to big trouble for you and others. How to install and use an MTS. Installing a transfer switch is work for a licensed electrician, but the concept behind the product is simple. As a homeowner, you'd be wise to understand what's involved before hiring anyone. Wires connected to circuit breakers in your existing electrical panel get disconnected and rerouted to different breakers within the transfer switch panel itself, typically located nearby. These new connections involve short lengths of cable extending to the transfer switch with twist-on wire nuts securing the connections to existing household wiring within your electrical panel. A weatherproof outlet comes with most transfer switch kits, including the Champion unit I have at my place, and gets installed on the outside of an exterior wall to allow easy connection of the generator. When grid power goes down, you need to do two things. One, connect your generator to the weatherproof outlet using the special power cord provided with the unit. Then get the generator running. Two, flip on the manual transfer switch inside your home to disconnect the panel from the grid. This simultaneously establishes a direct connection between your generator and those essential circuits you had rerouted into the transfer switch panel, all with a guaranteed disconnection from the grid. Both functions are handled by the same two-position toggle switch. For safety, Fuel power generators must always be used outdoors, far from occupied buildings, with the exhaust pointed away from people, animals, and buildings. The Champion TS30 unit that I have at my place cost $599 Canadian, or about $499 US. And this is about as economical as it gets for this kind of thing. My model handles 30 amps at 240 volts, which translates to 7,200 watts of total power delivered, large enough to handle the output of most generators for household backup. The unit comes with a weatherproof outlet, a power cord to connect a generator to the port, 5 120 volt 15 amp protected circuits, one 120 volt 20 amp protected circuit, and one 120 240 volt 30 amp protected circuit. As generator prices decline and reliability and efficiency increases, more and more homeowners are opting for the generator option. A manual transfer switch makes the most sense for many people, and maybe this means you too. Next time you have an outage, a few minutes work connecting your generator to an MTS and firing it up will get you up and running with the essential items working just like normal.